Hello everyone, welcome to Salesforce Network Lightning Web Components tutorial. Topic what we are going to cover in this session, that is Lifecycle Hooks of Lightning Web Component. The lifecycle of LWC component refer to a series of methods that are invoked during the time of component creation, updation and removal from the document object model DOM. These are basically divided into four stages, that is creation, rendering, updating and removal. During each stage, the component goes from the sets of life cycle that are used to perform certain actions or updating the properties or state of the component. Lightning Web Component provides lifecycle hooks like connected callback and disconnected callback for handling component initialization and destruction. So, in this lifecycle hook, there is a constructor, then connected callback, then rendered, then disconnected callback, then finally we are getting the error. Constructor. So what is the purpose of constructor? It is the first method that is called when the component instance is created, and it is used to initialize the component properties and state. Uses of a constructor is initializing state variables, set up event listeners and perform any setup needed for the component. So since flow is from parent to child, so here we can't access the child elements in the component because up to now they don't exist. Note, avoid using DOM elements here because they are not available yet. So this is like we have to put constructors, then for this super method we are calling. So this is for displaying the message console.log component is being created. So when we are doing the practical, this we are going to see. Connected callback purpose. This lifecycle hook is called after the component is inserted into the document object model. Uses of connected callback is it performs tasks that need the document to be part of the DOM, such as event listener, data fetching, or initialization of third-party libraries. So again here, since flow is from parent to child, it do not access the child elements in this component because they don't exist yet, and we can access here the parent elements and also we can modify them in this lifecycle hook. So connected callback method here console.log, in this we are putting component is inserted into the DOM. Next is a rendered callback, called every time the component is rendered or re-rendered. So here rendering and re-rendering is going to happen. So this happens after the component's HTML template has been inserted or reinserted into the document object model. So uses of rendered or re-rendered, so it is performing any operation that need to occur after the DOM is ready. This method returns the HTML markup that can be used to create the component DOM nodes. So here DOM nodes are also getting created. It gets called after connected callback. So rendered is getting called after the connected callback and it returns a valid HTML template. This hook flow from parent to child. So using this hook for post rendered logic such as manipulating DOM element or initializing user interface component. So note here, be cautious with this lifecycle hook because it is being called multiple times. Rendered callback, So in the console log we are putting component has been rendered or re-rendered. So both we are seeing here itself, rendering and re-rendering. Disconnected callback. Purpose of this lifecycle hook is it is getting called when the component is removed from the document object model. Its usage is like performing cleanup tasks such as removing event listeners or cleaning up resources like timers, intervals. So as we had used when the component is destroyed. Disconnected callback in the console log we are putting component is removed from the DOM. Error callback in this error and stack. Purpose of this lifecycle hook is it is getting called whenever an error is thrown in any of the lifecycle hook or in one of the child components. So whenever we are getting the error, this error callback is getting called. Users of this error callback handle errors gracefully, log them or display user-friendly error message. This method works like JavaScript catch block for catching errors. So here it is like error callback. So error and stack. In the console log we are putting error occurred. So error we are displaying and stack trace. So stack we are putting. So let's see an example of this lifecycle hook of Lightning web component. So first constructor is getting called. So here we have to put super. In the console log we are putting constructor is being created. Then connected callback is getting called. Here we are displaying the message component is inserted into the DOM. Then a rendered callback is getting called. Component has been rendered or re-rendered. Disconnected callback. Then component is removed from the DOM. Error callback. So if any error we are getting, then this error callback is getting called with error and stack. And here error callback and error occurred. So here we are displaying the error. So to do the practical, just coming to our Visual Studio Code. So let's open the VS Code. So here I am going to create a Lightning web component. So we need to press Ctrl Shift P, and here I am choosing SFDX create Lightning web component and providing the name demo lifecycle hook. This should be in camel case. So press enter to confirm and again pressing enter for default. So here we are saying demo lifecycle hook component is getting created with 3 files: HTML, JavaScript and meta XML file. So here I am going first with constructor. In the constructor I am putting super. Then I am going with console log. Here putting the message constructor is getting called. So putting semicolon. Next connected callback. Here I am putting the message console log. Connected callback is called, putting the semicolon. Next I am going with rendered. So in the console log I am putting rendered is called. Next I am going with rendered callback. In this I am putting console log. Rendered callback is called. Next I am going with disconnected callback. Here in the console log disconnected callback is called. Next I am going with error callback. So here I am going with error callback is called. So saving this. So in the lightning card, title Lifecycle Hook. So simply saving this. Again I am coming to meta XML file. Here I am making it true, is exposed equals to true, and I am setting the targets. So this is lightning app page I am going, as I had created a lightning app page. So all the files I am deploying this source to org. So it is running. Deploy this source to org. It's done. Then again coming back to our org. So here I need to log in by putting the credentials. So also I need to search for my lightning app page. So this one lightning app page I had created already. So here I need to click on setup, edit page. these are all standard components, and coming down these are our custom components. So this is demo lifecycle hook. So for now I am removing this all earlier components. So this component what we had created I am putting here, clicking save, coming back to our page. So here if we are going with inspect, clicking on this inspect, then at the right side I need to select console. So in the console we are able to see constructor is called first, then connected callback is called, then rendered callback is called, then after disconnected callback will be called, and after that error callback is getting called. So this is the way how the life cycle hook is executing. Thank you.